let's use up those napkins and make some fun stuff like journal pages, envelopes, and a little flip out journal spot for one of our journal pages. Welcome to For Grace Creations, and my name's Dawn. Thanks for being here. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need is a mat of some sort to protect your surface, something that is going to be okay with an iron that's on hot, the highest setting. This is all I've got is a tiny Cricut iron. You're going to need tape and napkins, freezer paper, and then parchment paper, as well as some cling wrap and scissors, of course. So first, take your napkin. Most napkins are 3-ply. And go ahead, try and get all 3 apart. Yeah, it's tough for me. So what I do, I take my tape, take a little piece off, and that is how I'm going to do this. Stick it down, and then pull it up a little, and voila, your first layer. Now, you could pull the whole thing off, but I'm going to go ahead and do another piece of tape and get my second layer. There we go. And I'm just going to remove gently the whole thing. Now we have our 1-ply that we need to work with. Okay, freezer paper. You see how one side's shiny, the other side's not? We want the shiny side up. And then you put your napkin over that. This is the piece I'm going to be working with right now. And then parchment paper. It doesn't matter which side. You just place it over top. And then grab your iron, which is on its highest setting. And you're just going to go over this. Now, I have to leave mine on one spot longer because this is such a tiny iron. But if you have a normal iron, just do it like I'm showing here, you know, kind of quick. Now, I'm checking to see, yep, the edges are down. Of course, it took me a lot longer. I fast forwarded with coffee as well. I'm having coffee while I do this. Okay, it looks like the whole thing is done. So now we're just going to flip it over and give it a little tiny bit of heat on the back side. Looks good. All right, next one. Book page this time. And saran wrap. So just place a piece of your saran wrap over the book page, or any paper you want, literally any paper. And then your napkin goes on top of that saran wrap. So we've got a saran wrap sandwich. And then we're going to put some parchment paper on top of that. It prevents your saran wrap from melting onto your iron. And again, we're just going to iron this on here. Now, because my iron's so tiny, it, again, takes a lot longer than it would with a normal iron. But I'm just using what I've got, honestly. Do you have an iron? I don't iron things. I probably should have an iron just in case. But I don't have one. And one day I will. That's what'll happen. All right. So I have to go real slow and hold it there, and it takes forever. So I've sped up some and done some behind the scenes off camera. Make sure you check every once in a while just to make sure, see that the edges are being bonded correctly or fused correctly. I'm going to have to go back over this one. But the other thing is do you see that? It's lifted right there. That means it's not stuck. So I need to do some more and check it again. Okay, my surface is hot, so I have an idea. I'm going to grab a baking sheet, and I'm going to turn it upside down on my table, and then put my baking mat that acts kind of like parchment paper down on top of that. That's going to keep my wood table from getting hot. And now, just cut the stuff off on the edges. And then turn it upside down, and we're just going to do a little bit on the bottom. Now, let's move on to some really thick cardstock. We can make tags or something with it. Put your saran wrap over it. And then your napkin. We're creating another sandwich here. So paper, saran wrap, napkin, parchment paper. And then we're going to iron it. Again, this is great. I mean, no glue needed. And it's kind of fun. So I typically, when I'm using saran wrap, I have to hold my iron in one spot for 6 seconds for it to fuse. With a large regular iron that goes a little hotter, you won't have to wait that long. Again, off camera, I'll do some more to get it done, so you don't have to watch me do it. Okay, let's check and see if this is good to go. I can see a little bit is still lifted right here at the edge, so I do need to do some more. But the rest is looking good. I love this napkin. All right, here we are. That's a journal page, little cloth tab stapled. And this is thinner material than that. So I think what we can do is make a flip out, fold out, just adding more writing space to a journal page. So that's what we'll do with this one. And I just fold over a small spot on the edge here and crease it. And then we're going to grab some art glitter glue to glue it down. Now, the end of your scissors is really great for making creases in all your paper if you don't have a, oh, goodness sakes, one of those things. It escaped me. Anyway, we're going to glue it down here and then fold it in. And then we can add a page tab, whether it be paper or cloth or something like that, a fabric scrap, to show people it pulls out. Okay, and this other one, we're going to make some coin envelopes. You will need your scissors and glue. We'll fold it in, and we'll just put some glue on one little edge. And then fold it in and make sure that glue gets pressed down. And now you have a tube that you're going to cut the top off at kind of a curved angle. And the bottom is going to just be a straight cut. Okay, and then push it down in the center, because we're going to fold the bottom up and glue it, and that'll be the bottom part of the coin envelope. So when you put things in it, a tag or whatever, nothing falls out. And these totally could be decorated further. Stamping, collaging, anything like that. So I'll just use my art glitter glue here. Hey, check it out. Remember those napkins? Yeah. Watch this. Just use that to press it down, because you could be like me and have glue that oozes out. It'll catch it. There we go. An easy coin envelope. I put a little fabric on that one just to decorate it a little. And this one was a different size, long and skinny. But this here, the thicker page, I'm just going to turn it into a journal cover. Okay, now, so your scissors, bone folder. If you don't have a bone folder, that's the freaking word, bone folder. I couldn't believe that escaped my mind. Use the end of your scissors as a bone folder. It gets a good crease. So here we are. We've got a journal cover, some coin envelopes, and a flip out page for our journals. Thanks for being here, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you thought and if you try it. Until next time.